Hi everybody, my name is Ravjot Singh. We are here with Brown Girl Magazine and I am at Sundance at the MPAC and we just heard the incredibly talented powerhouse that is Alana Hadid speak about Watermelon Pictures.
I'm flattered.
Yes, I'm personally honored. Like I told you, I've been following your career since
Thank you.
so long, and it's been amazing watching you blossom into such a powerful advocate and filmmaker. So I'm super excited.
Thanks.
What makes a documentary filmmaker, in your opinion, more than just a filmmaker, but rather an art activist or an advocate? So, like, what is that line?
I mean, you just said it. I think that documentary films are telling the story, and many times they're telling the stories that haven't been told, that are being told from their mouths, from the people who have lived the story. And so I think that's why it's super important.
Where do you see that line for yourself and for Watermelon Pictures?
I think that we are blurring the line. We want to be part of it. We want to be involved in all of it. We want to foster those conversations, and we want to empower and embolden those filmmakers.
In the world of documentary, it can be extremely exploitive. And I personally feel like you can often tell when a documentary filmmaker is just going in, recording, and then coming back out and just kind of doing it for their own gain without really giving back to that community. So can you tell me a little bit about how you give back to the community and kind of how you center that care for your subjects in documentaries?
I mean, I think in what we're doing as a whole with Watermelon, our idea is to be the community, to be the place where these filmmakers can lean, they can go, they can be a part of something bigger. They feel like they are seen and heard and protected, and I think that is a tenet, a pillar of Watermelon, and it is how you kind of pull away from this kind of exploitative nature of sometimes of filmmaking and documentary. Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot, and I wish more filmmakers had that. I really
Thank
do.
you.
And I think it's very obvious when they don't, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
But you can kind of sense it from the aura. I wanted to ask you how you deal with censorship with Watermelon Pictures, especially given that like social media platforms and a lot of major networks don't really feature stories about Palestinian folks.
I think
how have you been clearing that?
Censorship, we deal with it in twofold. One, we're so used to it, we just keep talking. People are going to listen. People are listening. We don't stop. When it comes to the censorship, what we need to do as a whole, as a collective, is go out and watch the movies. Buy a ticket. Stream the film. Tell your friends about it. That when we create an audience, we are showing these larger companies that there is an audience, and really the bottom line is what is important to them.
Yeah.
They just want to know that there's an audience that's going to watch them.
Yeah.
And if we show them, because look how strong we are.
Yeah.
We just need to actually be supporting these films, and that's what's important. And so if we do, we're going to shift the way that films are looked at, shift the films that are important, because we will show what an important and a robust community we are, and that we support our films.
As someone who is so vocal about what's happening in Palestine, your family's Palestinian. I read a lot about your father and how he was also displaced and had to flee.
Yeah.
How do you really navigate like these relationships within the industry where folks haven't really come and stepped up and taken the side that maybe they should have? How do you navigate that professional relationship? And does it deter you from working with certain people?
I mean, I think what we're trying to do is create these spaces where we can work outside of those places, and that's a slow process. And in the meantime, what we're trying to do is educate and inform, and that's all we can do. Is if we want to make change, education and information is really going to be the path forward. It's not always easy, and if it was, we'd all be free.
Yeah, very true. No, I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that your perspective isn't one of like, reverse antagonism.
No,
It's
I mean,
more
I
so
think
like
that
education.
it's education. And listen, like you're going to, in whatever place you are, in whatever place you stand, you're going to have to work with people that you don't necessarily want to work with.
True.
That's the reality.
True.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to, stand in spaces that are uncomfortable. And so instead of shying away from them, be loud and proud in them and make people come to the table with you.
Yeah, those are often the spaces that need it the most. So
Exactly.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much for having me.